What up, though? It's your boy. Go and see Spaceship. This is the Incredible. Back for another edition of the Wild Out Radio. And this is Straight Talk with Spaceship. I welcome you. I'm happy you're here. I know it's been a long time. And thank you all for who's watching on YouTube, who's checking it out on the Facebook, on the streaming sites. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's very important. We need you. And we want you there. So I know I've been on vacation. I finally back, and then I was like, God damn, I ain't did a show in like 2 weeks. And so for y'all that's been supporting, for y'all that has been, watching and enjoying the show, I really truly appreciate that. And it means a lot. It means a lot when I see you guys supporting the movement. When I see you guys asking me questions, giving me thoughts. And for this one, it was very, what's up, Tasha? And for this one, it was really tough for me to figure out what I wanted to do this show on. I've had a lot of things happen. Even within the trip. And I think I'm going to try to bring some of that to what I'm discussing today and what the topic is, as you see, episode 10, and try to bring some of that to light. But what really, even throughout the trip and everything I've done, what up, though? Hey, Leadable. What up, though? You did. Even today, I was like, oh God, what am I going to talk about? I need to do another straight talk. And I try not to bring personal situations of my own into my discussions and topics. I did have one of my very close friends, my god sister, call me today about some things, and it hit home for what I have. But I'm like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you do podcasts and things like that, you want to talk about things that everybody can relate to. You want to talk about things that everybody can grasp. And so for me, it's like I'm trying to figure out exactly what I want to talk about in a very diplomatic way and an understanding way, because I want people to take this stuff. So today, and anybody that knows me, it's like I'm a big YouTuber. I don't know how. I don't know where that happened. I became a big YouTuber, and I watch a lot of things on YouTube. I watch a lot of things as far as, at first it started with wrestling. Then I started watching like murder shows. And now I've been on these First Amendment audits and police officer stops and things of that nature. And so I was watching something today about a police officer in Milwaukee, and it brought up a great point. And I am a big proponent of Black Lives Matter. I'm all things Black. I love Blackness. I am the sounds of Blackness, But this white police officer brought up a great point. Now, we sit here and we know the last 3 police officers that killed Black people, right? 3. We know them. Sucks. It's horrible. But do we know the last 3 homicides, Black on Black crimes that happened in that same city? No, we don't. And why don't we know? Because this is something that we don't discuss. And today's topic is, does Black lives really matter? And I'm saying this to my Black people. We have this tendency, or I won't even say this tendency, but we have a right to play the victim in society, in community, and the things that have been placed on us for over 400 years. I get that. But my thing is, how do we sit back and scream Black Lives Matter and all these indignities that happen to us, but yet we're still killing each other, we're still undercutting each other, we don't trust each other, we don't love each other. We'll rather go buy Louis and Gucci because it's $400-500, but yet we won't support our local community and those investors or those clothing clothing designers. Oh, it's too much money. Why? Why is that? Why is why does it seem like even when we're dealing with this Black Lives Matter movement, we're still undercutting ourselves? We're still undercutting our community, right? And so for me, it comes to a place of it's hard to be on that side of history. It's hard to be on the Black Lives Matter side of history. Um, because Black lives only matters for so long. The longer it lasts, the less I'm seeing it around. The longer we're still protesting, the less protesting I actually see going on. Here in the heart of Dallas, Texas, when everything first happened with George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, I went out and protested. I went and marched. I don't see that anymore. I don't hear about the protest anymore. And it may still be happening on the back line. But my thing is this: as people, as Black people, are we doing what we should be doing and everything we should be doing to 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 show? And I know this is going to be some sensitive information, but this is straight talk with spaceship. To show that we are worthy of being treated equal. But shit, why do I have to show that I'm equal? Well, in this society, they called us dogs, ravages, animals. We were slaves. Our vote was only worth 3/5 of a person. Uh, so for me, it's like we putting ourselves behind this 8 ball. We're not allowing ourselves to grow. We're not allowing ourselves to really prosper within this Black Lives movement. Um, and I think that's what's hampering us from reaching this equal footing. That's what's hampering us from reaching equality in life. All because somebody does something does not mean somebody else can do something or do the same thing and get these same results. What I mean by this is we can't go around defaming, defacing, neglecting our community because we may see do do I think, and I'll get to that. Whoa, what up, Matt? I text you back. My bad. I was working last night too. Uh, we can't go around defaming and defacing people and trying to devalue ourselves and then expect other people to value us. In the white community, it's easy to do that. They can scrutinize each other because they are the majority, unfortunately. Now, let's get back to your question. Do you think we are worthy of being equal? Yes. I, my personal opinion is we created America. If it wasn't for us, there would not be any America. If it wasn't for us, there wouldn't be as many inventions. So I think that we're actually higher on the pedestal than white people. So just to ask about the equal, I do think we are worthy of being equal. Personally, I think we're above. But because we didn't have the financial side of it, because we didn't have the voice, because we came over here as slaves and were ignorant to a lot of things, and their power allowed them to keep us, under their thumb, that we're in this position as we is. But what I'm saying is, we can't ask for this equality in America and still undercut ourselves. We can talk about we can talk about cop killers, But how many times do we hear about us killing ourselves? How many times do we hear about ourselves fighting over some petty mess? How many senseless murders have we seen on social media, Facebook, YouTube? I see people recording fights and all these things. Now, 80%, and this is just one city, I'm not going to talk about the country, but 80% of homicide in this one particular city is black on black crime. We can highlight those three murders. We can highlight those three murders of cops. And those cops can get fired, they can go to jail, they can get civil suits. But how are we going to stop this 80% of us killing each other? How do we stop? Like, I remember last month, July 7th, we had a blackout day, remember? We're not supposed to shop black or shop white. We're supposed to only black businesses. We didn't do it on the 4th of July. Why? Because we wanted to really make them suffer. So we decided that Tuesday, July 7th, we're gonna only shop black. People didn't just shop black. I talked to people literally on that day that went to Target, went to Chick-fil-A, made some tacos with some Goya. Because to them, I don't know if the need for whatever they were getting was more important than the cause. But we're not stopping that. We're not stopping buying Gucci. We're not going to stop going to Whataburger. We're not going to stop going to Walmart or Target or whoever supports Trump just because other black people said do it. But if we choose not to do that, are we choosing against the cause? What is our problem with shopping black? Do we do it consistently? Then we wonder why these black businesses got to have gotta have high pricing. They gotta sell this stuff. They gotta make money. Do y'all not understand how economic work? If I'm not selling this product, I gotta try to make some overhead. We want hookups from the black folk. We don't go to Walmart asking for no hookup. We hope we find a box that's damaged or something like that. Oh, this shirt got a rip in it. Can I get it for $5? Oh, do I think Black Americans was here? Yes. Black Americans was Native Americans. That's what they were called. I think Black Americans and Native Americans was here. I do not think it was as many as European that migrated. That's how they were able to take over us. I think that's how they were able to command the land because more of them came over. I don't believe slave ships was the only way we got here. I don't think Columbus discovered America. You can't discover something that people already live on. I don't celebrate Columbus Day, right? So no, I don't think that. I think our problem now is, and what I see in this in our community, we are very fucking jealous of each other. We do not want another person to be bigger than us, somebody that we know. We're okay with a celebrity that we don't know, right? And the thing about that is they have somebody they deal with that didn't want them to be bigger than what they are. But I was thinking, even on my road trip, I was thinking like, how many true Fortune 500 companies do we have that black people created, that black people control? Yes, we may have black CEOs of certain companies. Um, we might have black presidents of certain companies, but it's very rare that you hear of a huge, successful black company that was created off the premise of the black community. You rarely see the black community get behind a black company and help it get to Fortune 500 status, Forbes list status. We are so skeptical and jealous of each other that we don't take the faith to help push somebody, right? Even on YouTube, as I say, I watch a lot of YouTube. I see more kids watching these European shows, Ryan, uh, I just saw another Baldy, and all these people. There's black kids on here too, but they don't get the likes, they don't get the streams, they don't get the hits. When we have a clothing line like FUBU and Carl Kanai and Cross Color and Damage, and these things were in the 90s, they're gone. They're gone. If you see a black person with FUBU on right now, you're laughing at them. If you see a black person with Carl Kanai on right now, you're laughing at them. So, what fashion do we have that's from a black person? Everything we're getting is from the other side of the street. When we talk about food, yes, there's a lot of local mom and pop spots that are dope, especially out here in Dallas. There's so many places. And we can get a franchise. It's easy for a black person to get a franchise. But when we start thinking about a black person starting a McDonald's or a Wendy's or something of that nature, um, we don't have that. We don't get that. We don't get behind our people. I'm sorry, y'all. So the question I just got from a personal Instagram, uh, is hold on, I'm texting back because they probably not watch. Why do I think that we don't support each other? And that goes back to what I'm saying: the jealousy, the fear, the 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 angst of I don't want nobody to do better than me. Even in this music situation, right? When me and J Rock have many talks, and we see a lot of people around here that instead of supporting what we do or helping promote what we do, they will take what we've done and go do it themselves. Oh, I bet you I can do it better than them. I bet you I can get more hits than them. I bet you I can get more. And we're so competitive with each other. We don't battle for a new Facebook. I remember when all this started and we were talking about going to a new Facebook. There was a Facebook for black people. And when I heard about it, anybody that told me about it always had something negative to say behind it. Had something skeptical to say about it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to see how it go. We didn't say that when we hit Facebook. We didn't say that when we hit MySpace. The more we're on Facebook, the more money Mark Zuckerberg is getting. But we not gonna the black community, we fail to pay attention to how powerful we are. So we're going to stay on that comfort level of Facebook where they let racist people talk about us and it's funny to us. We jump in those groups and start trolling, but what is that doing? What is that doing for our community? Getting in their group, posting, or on Facebook, giving our opinions, which most of the time goes to jail. Gets us in. Well, I know I'll be in Facebook jail. Y'all know I'm in Facebook jail right now, right? Um, but if somebody tried to start a new Facebook, an alternative resource for only black people, we wouldn't support them. We say love each other. Black lives matter. But as soon as we have a discrepancy with a black person, we get hood. We get ratchet. Fuck that. You ain't gonna be talking to me like that. You don't know who I am. And now we got gunplay. We got innocent kids getting killed. They asked this sheriff or this sergeant, whatever he was, police chief, whatever he was, because they were having an interview. And it was black people interviewing him, right? They said, what they said? You must didn't Man, I always need the money on my books. They said you were on the phone during the conference, which shows you wasn't interested. This was a white police chief now. The black people were on his ass. You were on your phone in the middle of this conference, which showed that you had a lack of concern. And he said, yes, I was on my phone. I got a call about a 5-year-old black girl who's in her daddy's arms right now on her porch because she got shot in the head because of a drive-by. Right? And that's when he said, yeah, what's up? You know, and they said, y'all know these cops that killed, which I understand, and he didn't shy away from it. He didn't say it wasn't wrong. He wasn't trying to say blue lives matter or anything, but he said we sit here and we prosecute these cops, but we don't prosecute these people in the hood. We give niggas stripes for killing other people. We'd rather talk about gang banging than building our community and our music, and we exemplify that. We walk around with unregistered firearms. We walk around doing our communities bad. Ain't no villages in the black community anymore. We don't care. You don't let, they better not say nothing to my kid. Oh, they better not say nothing to me. We walk into places, restaurants, black-owned restaurants. We walk into schools with black teachers, and we try to throw our weight around. We try to boss. We don't go to church because it's a scam. And I'm not saying these are right, wrong, or indifferent. But when we think about this stuff, we will support the white community before we support each other. And then we have the audacity to scream Black Lives Matter. So are we really just saying Black Lives Matter when it's a policeman killing us? Bro, come on, man. Look, a black dude will get out of jail for killing someone and will have a house, clothes, car, a party, everything. Everything. We make shirts for them. Free my nickel. Free such and such. I have rarely seen somebody that was just a friend put a kid's graduation shirt on. I have rarely seen the support for people that are succeeding. Like when we see somebody succeed, it's like we instantly get upset at them. We don't let people in our community change. We don't allow people in our community to get better. We don't allow people in our community to fix things. We persecute our own. And we sit here, we say, Black Lives Matter. Does it really? We already have a whole fucking country against us, including our president. This is the time where we need to be bonding, and not just this time, all times. It's where we should be bonding. We should be sticking together. We should be fighting to prove that you can't run over us. But our plea, our protest, our call to action is in vain. And they're looking at us like, yeah, whatever, because they know what I know. We're not going to fight this for long. We don't do Black Lives Matter for long. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter has been a thing for a long time. It comes in, somebody get killed, it comes in, then it fades out. Somebody else get killed, it comes in. Like we only think about Black Lives Matter when somebody died at the hands of a cop. And maybe I'm wrong, but I do not hear a lot of people saying Black Lives Matter when Tyrone just killed B-Boy. I don't hear Black Lives Matter when Lil John shot the little 3-year-old that was on his bike. I don't hear Black Lives Matter when we got a company that's on the fringe of hitting the public market on the stocks. And all we need to do is push them up just a little bit to go from a private to a public company. It's levels to this shit. We don't think about that. If we get some of these businesses to become publicly traded companies, that's more money in our community. Black Lives Matter, but we out here selling dope to little kids. Black Lives Matter, but we not helping our kids with their homework. Black Lives Matter, but we shooting up the club. When does Black Lives matter? When does it matter to you? We try to pull our rank on the wrong people. We don't have, and this is the, we don't have the same energy we have with each other that we do with white folks. And don't sit here and act like we do. We do not have the same energy. Why? Because we have a fear of them. We have a fear of being killed. We have a fear of being imprisoned. We have a fear of being fired from our job. We have a fear of being misunderstood. But when it comes to black people, and this is why, because we intricately, internally, don't think black people are smart enough to stand up for themselves. We figure, I can say whatever I want. I can do whatever I want. I can give this person this because they black. Because we don't treat black people with the same respect that we treat white people. We always want a discount. We always want to look out. We don't support each other. If it ain't got shit to do with me, I'm not sharing it. If it ain't got shit to do with me, I ain't watching it. If it ain't got shit to do with me, I ain't listening to it. How are we supposed to progress? If we, and this is the fact that I've come to. This is what I think. And maybe I'm wrong because we've had the civil rights, we've had Reconstruction, we've had Jim Crow laws, we've had Civil War, all these things. But if the black community was stronger, and the black community was stronger in the 90s, and you see how much shit we got done, Obama became president off the strength of how powerful and strong the black community was in the 90s. When 2K hit and we feared our lives, and then 9/11 hit in 2011, and it kind of, George Bush don't care about black people. When all that hit, we kind of gave up. We lost our leaders. We lost Sharpton. We lost Jesse, but we got Obama. So we rested all our laurels on Obama. Obama's still a fucking politician. We stopped depending on our communities. I remember growing up, I couldn't walk in my neighborhood and do something foul. I had honor. I had respect. As I've grown to love all things black. But we hate on ourselves. Look, I don't care if white people hate on themselves. Crumble, divide, be mad, but they don't because it's a lot of fucking them. But for us, we have to come together. Y'all make sure y'all share this shit. If y'all watching this shit, this is Straight Talk with Spaceship. This your boy, Spaceship Always the Incredible. Y'all make sure y'all holler at my girl, Karen Brown, LOL Bakery in the building. She just hit me up with another strawberry crunch cake for my girl, TT, over this weekend. It was amazing. Y'all make sure y'all holler at her, Karen Brown, LOL Bakery in the building. Man, come on now. Come on now. We don't do this. We don't support each other now. We're beefing with each other. We want to be better than, can't nobody do this. Bet nobody do this. And we're allowing music, media, and most of this music that comes out, and understand this is a rapper saying this. This is a rapper saying this. Most of this music are the thoughts of white people. White people are over a lot of these divisions and these rap labels. So this is what they want to hear. So they're gonna do this music, and y'all eat this shit up. It was. I remember a couple years ago, there was a post about Jeezy, right? Jeezy talking about trap or die, but his son graduated college, right? Well, I can't say that, J Rock, but I feel you. You are a great young man, but I don't do drugs either. Um, but Jeezy telling us to trap or die. but his son going to college. I'm a teacher. Y'all know I'm a teacher. So for me, I hear parents tell their kids not to go, they don't have to go to college. They can work at Walmart. Does that? I mean, okay, I understand. Look, I'm not knocking anybody that works at Walmart, fast food, anything of that nature. Let me say I did that before when I was in high school. But secondly, that shouldn't be an end goal. Your kid's dream should not be to be a manager at Walmart. Your kid should never hear come out your mouth, I don't care what my kid do, as long as they get out my house. No. What? As long as they got a job. What? I got a homegirl right now. Her daughter has the worst mouth. Her daughter loses a job. Every time she tell me her daughter got a new job, I be like, okay. Because I know what's going to happen in 2-3 months. And you're fine with that? Does that mean Black Lives Matter? And I don't want to think of Black Lives Matter today as a big cultural movement. Does Black Lives Matter in your home? Does Black Lives Matter in your friendships? My brother Jamal, I went to go see him when I went on my road trip. And he can tell me stuff to make me better because my life matters to him. We don't treat people that like they matter. I'm not talking about Black Lives Matter as a political propaganda tool out here. Does Black Lives Matter, period? When you see a little kid out in the street, does that life matter to you? When you see somebody grinding and when you see a black kid out there selling lemonade, and I know they don't do that much anymore. But if I saw a kid selling lemonade, am I purchasing the lemonade because I'm only thirsty? Or am I purchasing the lemonade because I want to support them and their life matters? We can go to these clubs that's not ran by black people and some that are ran by black people. And we can spend all this money. But at the end of the day, even the clubs that's ran by the black people, they're paying somebody else. They're paying for the liquor. But we don't support our communities. We don't put money into our communities. We don't invest in our communities. We kill our communities. We will go to a park for a kickback, but we don't pick up trash in our communities. We have to start holding the bad apples accountable. We have to hold, like, my mom called me one day and she was so excited. And she said, Jamar, guess what? I was like, what, mama? This was one of them times when we was actually cool and shit, right? I said, why, mama? She said, me and your daddy finna get back together. That don't make me happy. My mom and dad have been divorced since, excuse me. My mom and dad have been divorced since 1984. Why would that make me happy? Uh, shit, I don't even know. 16, 36, 35. I'll say roughly 30 to 35 years later. Uh, I'm trying to get a bigger platform, man. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. And so, she was like, "You're not happy?" I said, "Mom, I don't fuck with dudes who don't take care of their kids. So why would I be excited and happy about a nigga who didn't take care of the only kid he had with you? And what does that say about you willing to get back with a man who didn't take care of the only two responsibilities he had with you, he didn't take care of? And she was mad at me. But you're not holding him accountable as a man. I have to. I'm trying to be a man. I had a situation this weekend, and I was talking to my boo, and I told her, like, I got to get through this. I can't say that I want to be a man and not do the man thick shit. It's easy for me to get mad, to get frustrated, to say, fuck it. That's who I used to be. But if I'm going to say I'm gonna be a man, and if I'm gonna hold myself accountable, because that's another thing we don't really do. We don't like people to hold us accountable, but we really don't hold us. We have to learn to hold ourselves accountable. We cannot be mindless of the job we're doing in our community. We have to step back and take a pulse. I can't be a figurehead. I can't say I want to be a leader or a campus leader or a principal or a person that people come to for their music just to listen to or radio. I can't do this if I'm not being a man in my personal life. Bro, you've grown so much, man. You've grown so much, man. Like I used to be scared to hang with you, bro. I knew it was gonna go down. And by that time, I met, you know what I'm saying? I was trying to get away from that life from Flint. So, it was tough. But I gotta hold myself accountable. I can go out here and do some fuck shit. And it's tough. It's tough when we see other people doing fuck shit. It goes back to jealousy again. I want to do that too. Why can't I get away with this? Why can't I be a fuck nigga too? Because that's not how we built. It takes a lot. It's my personal feeling. It takes a lot of effort to be a fuck nigga. It takes a lot of effort. If your spirit don't teach you or make you think about doing the right thing, just period. Like we may do the wrong thing. I've done a lot of the wrong things. I don't want to sit here and act like I'm this angel. But even when I was doing those wrong things, I had to think about doing those wrong things. If I was going to rob somebody, I had to plan that in my head. I didn't just go up to somebody and rob them. I'd be dead. Dude, man, we all have been guilty. We've all been guilty. I've had to, we don't look at ourselves subjectively. I think that's the right one. It's either subjective or objective. I always confuse those two, but you know what I mean. Like, look outside the box and look at who you are, not who people see you as. Look at who you are and how many people you affect. And ask yourself, does Black Lives Matter to me? Is this what I'm putting out? Is this what I'm doing? We got kids. I'm not going to be perfect for my kid, but I want my sons and my daughter to look at me and say, you know what? Dad was solid. He was a little hood, like my daughter, she a little bougie. So dad a little hood. So she see that and I have to fix myself. I have to work on that around her. She's on my Instagram. Y'all check my Instagram. I don't have too much raunchy on my Instagram. And the raunch I did have, I deleted. You know what I'm saying? But I have to hold myself accountable because her life matters to me. I know I'm different from her mama's family. But is my ego bigger than my responsibility to those around me? Is money more important than being a leader? When I was doing shows in Dallas, when I was hosting all the time in Dallas, I didn't have as much money as I have now. But I probably made more money than I do now. So for me, and I've kind of went off on a tangent here, but this is encompasses, like I say, for me, it's knowing that I have kids. And sometimes I look at people, and I know we all do. We look at people with kids and be like, "What the fuck? How are you this horrible of a person? What do you think going to happen to your kids?" And that comes back to the question: does Black lives really matter? If Black lives really matter, I'm not going to be out there fighting with my kid at 13 years old. And if I am out there fighting with my kid at 13 years old, we're going to know why. We're going to try to talk it out. I'm going to teach my kids strategy. We don't teach our kids strategies of de-escalation. So how do Black lives matter? We don't teach our kids strategies of negotiations. So how does Black lives really matter? It's, dude, the shit that happened to me this, oh man, I don't even really want to talk about it because I'm trying to have positive. But for me, it was a good lesson for me because I wanted to be mad. I really wanted to be mad. Like I'm a whole ass nigga when I'm very petty when I'm mad, and I fought that shit out. When I get sad, when my spirit changes and shit, I shut down. I shut down. I don't want to talk to nobody. But I have not had an opportunity to really shut it down. I got my kids, so um, so for me, I've had to I have to work on me, and in the process, I see myself getting better because I have to think. Even in this dispute or situation, if Black lives matter to me, if these people matter to me, and I need to teach my community how to deal with this shit because we have a misunderstanding don't mean we can't get over it. The Black community is some of the most unforgiving motherfuckers. We so mad at what the white man did to us. If any Black person does anything to us, we cancel them out. What is that doing for our community? What does that do? And I ask myself, what do I want out of this? Okay, this situation happened. They've apologized. I've apologized. We talked about it. Uh, what do I want out of this? There's nothing more. I don't want them to fucking kiss my feet. I don't want them to worship me, nor do I want to sit there in a pity party until all of them come. Spaceship, you okay? You okay? You good? We said we sorry. Come have fun. I don't want that. Next, I have to ask myself, how do I get over this? So now I got to be in your presence. Because if I say I'm good, I got to exemplify I'm good, not just say I'm good and still not be good. I had to really humble myself. I had to really humble myself because Black lives matter to me. And as Black people, we need to get along. And we got to stop letting one little small thing break us up, divide us. We will let anything divide us. And we will not try to rectify that. We would not try to be the bigger person. We would not try to create the peace. And our kids is learning that. We teach and learn divisiveness now. So do Black lives really matter? Because if Black lives matter, we got to stick together. We got to build together. And Antonio, that's big. That's excuse me. That's big. I'm just now, like I say, my grandparents on my mother's side raised me. I knew my grandparents on my father's side. They stayed down the street. My dad used to drive by his house every day and to see his mom and dad. But I'm just now learning my cousins on that side. I'm my dad's only child, so I have a lot of cousins on that side, and I'm just now learning them, and I'm just now seeing certain things and vibing on certain things. And I saw my mom's side, but that's only part of the puzzle. And a lot of us is we don't know our family history. You know, we don't know, and even with family history, let me tell you, I told my little sister. Uh, I told my little sister while I was in Jacksonville, and I told her before that, like, I'm trying to stop generational curses. I come from a hateful family, and I love doing this, and I'm very transparent, as y'all see. I'm very transparent about my life. I don't like to make a subject about my a topic about my life on this show, but I do like to discuss my life, and it's therapeutic for me. And so I come from a very hateful family. Like they were mean as shit, right? My grandmother was mean as shit. Her sister Aunt Hattie was mean as shit. We loved them, miss them both. They were great women. They would give you the shirt off their back, but they were mean as shit. And they were the matriarch. They were the head honchos in that cubicle of my family, right? You know, you have your cousins and shit over here, but the cubicle in Flint, Michigan, the family that lived in Flint, they were the head honchos, and they were very mean. And my family wasn't very connected. My family wasn't very intelligent. Um, so they didn't know a lot of shit, and I don't fault them for that. So I learned a lot of shit on my own. I've been gone from home for a very long time, and so, but my family's always been disconnected. And I told my little sister, like, I'm the oldest male in the family now, right? In that cubicle, I gotta do this. I gotta try to do this, and it's hard. It's hard trying to get my family together and do things, and because we're not used to that. And that permeates in my life. So not only am I fighting that now with my family, trying to build that bond, I got to try to build that and mend those wounds I've done in my personal life, because I've disconnected with people a lot. It's easier for me. I've been by myself since I was 15. Like, me not having friends, nigga, I'm here all the time by myself most of the time. I saw J Rock twice this week. That's the most we've seen each other since COVID. You know, um, so for me, not only do and I won't say for me, I'll say for all of us, we gotta mend that family. We gotta mend that black family. The black family, yes, we party and we kick it and we get fucked up together, but we gotta mend those emotional scars. And even with that, uh, I think Antonio just said, the major social platform to express how we feel. We can express it on social platform, but we need to express that with each other. We gotta mend each other. We got to talk to our family. We got to be transparent with each other. I think that's where some gaps are in my family. That was some gaps with me. I have to have some come to Jesus moments. And that goes back to that, looking at who you are as a person. Okay, you fucked up. You know how somebody might, like, you'll give somebody some money, right? And they'll borrow it. And then when it's time to pay, it feel like they're avoiding you, right? And you feel like, what the fuck? You ain't gotta avoid me. Right? But the person that's avoiding you is feeling guilty that they can't pay you back, right? In some instances, and that's what we do to each other. That's what we do to ourselves. Sometimes we're like, "Well, I've been this person. I can't change. This is who I am." No, you could trust me. 20 years ago, I was not this person. 5 years ago, I was not this person. You can change. And you can change within your social circle if those people love you. If those people don't love you, if your life does not matter to them, then you got to let them go. But if your life matters to the people around you, they will see your growth. You do not have to be the same person you was yesterday. And you got to be okay with that. If you want to make a change, you make that change. You do not sit back and allow yourself to continue to be the person that you hate. That's going to eat you up. Because and going back to the beginning of this conversation when we talked about it, we have to be conscious of what we're putting out there. We have to be conscious of what we've done. And when we do that, we clear the air. We might have to go back to some people and apologize. We can't just keep running from situation to situation, from friend to friend, because it's so easy on social media to get a new friend every fucking day. All they got to do is think you funny. All you got to do is steal memes, and now y'all friends. Y'all hanging out and shit. We stop that. Own up to your shit. Men and women. Own up to your shit. Fix it. Because if you don't fix that characteristic, it's going to follow you wherever you go. And if you saying Black Lives Matter, if Black Lives Matter, why would you poison the community with your bullshit? I still got OGs, bro. I still have. I just talked to my OG the other day. They don't. That's a whole different topic. That's a whole different topic. I try not to, because it ain't about these young niggas won't know G's. It's about these young niggas who they allowed to be their OG. Because a lot of these dudes, a lot of these men flaked out. I'll be real. My age bracket, we flaked on our responsibilities as men. We rather go to the club than be sitting outside at the garage playing domino, watching the streets. We got scary. We got scary as fuck. A lot of you niggas went to jail. Seen a lot of niggas dead. A lot of people I grew up with dead. So these kids didn't have OGs. They was getting raised by their grandparents. When granddad died, I was lucky. I had OG. I was cool. I was the mouthpiece in the hood. But some of these cats, when granddaddy died, they ain't got nobody. So that's a whole different topic. I don't even want to really just get on that. But we can, I still listen to my OG. But we got to get back. Do Black lives really matter? If you want to watch this again, it comes on Tuesday. The premiere is going to be in the morning at 6 a.m. on YouTube. You can hear it live on the radio station, www.thewildoutradio.com, at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Uh, you know, I just wanted to get on here and just chop it up, man. I appreciate when my fellas chime in. You know what I'm saying? My ladies always looking out for me. And today the men I'm glad y'all were able to be transparent with me. And I'm reading all these comments. And I enjoy them. I appreciate them. Like it's knowledge for me. And like I say, it's good. Yeah. Yeah, these youngsters, that's what I'm saying. They you know, uh, but that, like I say, that's a whole different subject, because we got to get on the Great Divide. It's so many different reasons why these youngsters are the way they are. You know, and I see it. Like I say, we got a lot of scary men. I'm a teacher, and I love getting the hard black boys, because they're not really hard. They looking to be accepted. They got to play the hard role for their mama. So you know, but we got to talk to these little niggas. That's all. Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. Hmm. When we say Black Lives Matter, we are really talking to the streets. We got to talk. Man, this nigga with this Newport jogging suit on is killing me. Uh, we have to get back to these families. We got to get back to really being friends, and understanding what that means in building our community. I do believe if we increase the love as the foundation of our communities, that we can get some of these youngsters to fall in line. God doesn't give me the spirit of fear, but a power and of love and a sound mind. And so I don't fear none of these niggas, gun or not, pistol or not, gangbanging or not. I can go anywhere, and I will talk to you if the situation calls for it. Um, but there's not enough of us. There's not enough of us walking around that's successful. Where these kids stay, They don't see successful black men. They see dope dealers. They see gangbangers. We, as black men, get good jobs, move out the community, and we straight. Because all these youngsters ain't trash. So there are youngsters in some of these affluent black communities, but see, we grew up in the slums. So we had good men in the slums. You could have a good job as a black man back then and still not be getting paid shit. Now the black man, if you getting paid a little bit of change, you out of there. You out of there. Whether that's a fear of getting robbed or fear of whatever, we don't stay where these black boys that's knucklehead and these black girls that's knuckleheads are at. Exactly. Exactly. The laws are not killing as much as we are. And that's the whole point of this. Do Black Lives Matter? Do they really matter to us? Ah, fuck that bitch. That bitch better not say nothing to me. Why? Is your pride and your ego that much bigger than your responsibility to your community? Do we even pay attention? And I understand when shit get heated, shit get heated. But do you understand? Just as much as you say, ain't nobody gonna see me be no punk. Do you know how much effect it would have on your community if somebody saw you diffuse a situation? You know how powerful you become in people's eyes? When we see somebody chill, do some dope ass chill shit and kill a situation, don't that make us feel differently about that person? Please send me some music, Tonio. Doesn't it make us feel a little different about that person? Like, damn, that's okay. That motherfucker was chill. But we rather get hostile. We'd rather let our anger that we have for the Europeans permeate over to our communities. And then we look up and Black lives no longer matter to us. Black lives don't matter to us. When a woman puts a man on child support just for the sake of he won't sleep with her, that kid's life don't matter to you. When you're neglecting your kids, when you're neglecting your kids, their life doesn't matter to you. When you turn your back on your friend because of something a stranger told you without seeing any validity to it, that life didn't matter to you. When you shoot someone or you shoot in a crowd of people because somebody said cuz or blood or suwoo or called your mama a bitch, Black lives don't matter to you. Oh, don't call my mama a bitch. Ain't nobody gonna call my mama a bitch. Sometimes your mama might act like a bitch. Somebody done called your mama a bitch. It's the word. You take a life. We have to think now. This is time. These are desperate times. These are times where we really have to come together. We have the opportunity to change the face of this nation if we come together and be as powerful as we can. But we can either use it for good or we can use it for bad. So that's up to you, man. Like, I don't know what to tell you. You, it's your boy, Spaceship Oasis the Incredible. If you like this show, Straight Talking Spaceship, please hit the Cash App, JG Jones. I love y'all. Like I said, it's going to be on YouTube tomorrow. If y'all want to see it again, share it to some people. Go look. I'm in Facebook jail, so I can't share it. So I need y'all that's watching to share this shit for me in the morning. It comes on 6 o'clock on YouTube, 10 o'clock on the radio station. And just be like, yo, fuck with him. Just listen to what he got to say. And then we can have some fun. I'm going to try to do another show pretty soon so I can freshen up because I haven't done any in a minute. Y'all make sure y'all check out Super Duper Sunday Music Review Show each and every Sunday. But I'm going to try to have another show up for you by Thursday. If not, I'll talk to y'all again before next Tuesday. It's your boy, Spaceship Oasis the Incredible. I'm out this thing. I love y'all.